So the first surface mine, before the normal mine, this is the new urban mine. We forget about this. This is the urban mine. And the citizen has a responsibility to exploit the urban mine because he has to make voluntary action, otherwise the waste are lost. So this is the first urban mine for me. And the second urban mine is the collection point where the citizen can bring the waste voluntarily in each bins. Sorry, it is in French, but you know very well. It is green waste, paper, metals, construction waste, carton, municipal waste, textile, glass, etc. And then you already make the sorting very easy for the citizen, and then you can start to exploit the urban mine. And so the products are arrived at the end of life. So we have now to look the pillar of the end of life in the city. In terms of economy, we have to consider several ways, and we don't go directly to recycling or directly to the landfill to protect the environment. We have to consider first reduction. One of the big impact on the resource conservation is the nanomaterials or the reduction. I remember in '95 I had my first phone. It was a Matcha phone. It was like this. I wash like this. Today, maximum 150 grams. This means that you decrease completely the consumption, you reduce, and then you increase the life of the resource. The second is the reuse. We can consider, we can invert the consumption society where everything put throw away and buy one because it's inexpensive. The reuse is a big pillar. After the recycling, and you remember the sustainable growth, take one economic side, then if economically don't make sense to recycle, then you have to make safe retention, safe landfill. So how to construct the urban mine for sustainable city is just to collect, and collect. We don't lose anything on the diagram of city collection. And then avoid losing everything. So the second pillar is sorting, and sorting. More you sort the waste, easy is recycling and reuse and economic aspect of the waste. Because if you have yogurt with electronic waste, that's quite difficult economically. If you sort at the beginning very early, then you can avoid the landfill, recover the product, and maybe go back to the consumption. For instance, today, definitively 80% of the flat iron is made from scrap iron, from the used car, washing machine, fridge. 80% of the flat iron is made like this. So the life cycle of the product must be considered from the cradle, from the beginning, from the birth to the grave. Why? Because if there is very good collaboration between environment people and producer, then we facilitate by eco-consumption the recycling. Otherwise, we said, I work this, it is my expertise, I sell it, it is your problem. And then the cost will be high. But if there is a collaboration along the life of the product, then the life cycle will be really beneficial. So we need a new strategy to make every product. We extract raw material, we make the elaboration, this is the upstream, and after we distribute, and then we use the product. We have the active life of the product, and then we have the end of life. So we have to interact along this cycle. And to manage the most important problem, which is resource conservation. So after the downstream and the end of life, we organize the collection, safe and segregated collection in order to not lose anything. And then recycling, elaboration, and with the elaboration, you avoid the extraction of raw material, and then you come back from new elaboration to the product. And then you decrease completely the slope of the resource, and then you continue a sustainable growth. After collection and sorting, we have sorted this. Then we need to identify what kind of process, because the engineers are genius, then he can offer you several processes, and then you have to sort between the process also in order to stay into the sustainability. Otherwise, you can do everything. For instance, just starting to burn in closed furnace, everything is destroyed, and then you speak about recycling. So we need to think about the first recycling is to not recycle. This is the first recycling. How? Just you consider, just you consider any process A, making one waste, and with a smart collaboration, you find any process B, which is use this resource as it is. Here is an example. This is a paper pulp, which is a big issue, and this is a facility, agrochemistry, which need to cook the fish. Then they use, so they use this as raw material in agrochemistry, in food industry. This is the beginning of the industrial ecology. And today there is one thing very interesting to have a look on, is one city in Denmark where there is an eco park based on industrial ecology. This means that they just choice industry where each one produce waste which is used by the other one, while he uses, for instance, the steam or the energy produced by the third one. This is the collection of cooperation into the eco park, and then everything is in closed post, and it is positive energy and negative waste. This is the future of the city and industry. So the destination, we have 4 destinations. First, the reuse, and it is true for several kinds of waste. Valorization as material. It is not possible as material, valorization as energy, because energy is a big issue for the planet also. And if we don't have any economic and technical solution, we have to manage a safe storage. These 4 vectors give really a sustainable management of the waste in the city. Then we have identified the valorization, we have identified the collection, and now which technology must be adopted, because we keep in mind that we need sustainability. So we have several possibilities, technically, economically, but we keep in mind that the sustainability must be our first driver. And then, today, from the past until today, there is only first solution is to burn everything.